We are grateful this evening to have an exclusive interview with the presidential, candidate of FIFA, Prince Ben Ali. My name is Ohene Bampobenya. Prince, welcome to Ghana.
Thank you so much. A real pleasure to be here, to be back in Ghana, and to have the opportunity to talk, obviously, with our colleagues in football, both in Ghana and in the region.
Very quick one. I mean, you're a prince from a very wealthy family. Where is the passion coming from? Why do you want to rule football? Why do you want to change the course of the world governing body, FIFA?
Well, I grew up loving football and playing football as a youth. I think obviously we played at the time on, we didn't have grass pitches. We played on, as you know, on gravel. I think I have still a couple of rocks in my knees from there. And then from that stage on, when I came back after studying abroad, I was the average age of our national team players, and they said, look, we'd like you to run for our national association because you understand our mentality and so on. And I've taken that spirit throughout the time where I've served both for my country and also representing the continent in FIFA. And I really want to bring as much energy into the future of the organization. That's why I'm doing it.
Let's do it straightforward to FIFA elections. You stood against Sepp Blatter for the first time. Very brave decision, but you pulled out in the second round. Do you think that this would go against you in the February 18th elections?
No, not at all. I think the opposite. And I've been very, very stable on what I want to do. In terms of developing football across the world. But first of all, we also have to fix the reputation of the organization. People need to be proud of wearing the FIFA badge again. So I want to bring that confidence back to the organization and then focus on real total development of the sport. And especially in Africa, I want to see if we give what's needed for grassroots, for the development of the sport, and we can do it. And if we change FIFA into a service organization, then you'll see a World Cup champion, hopefully coming from Africa soon.
In the first elections, you were nominated by the English. There's so much, mistrust from Africa concerning the European countries. We've heard utterances, for instance, about Africa having too much power in terms of the voting bloc. Do you think that this idea of African having too many votes, one country, one vote, is a non-starter? Do you believe in that ideology? Do you think that that would work, or you believe that Africa should have a much more bigger say and a role to play in FIFA, in your FIFA?
Yes, for sure. First of all, everybody has the right to vote for themselves, and I'm fully supportive of that democratic principle. Secondly, I do believe that there's more of a role that Africa can play. I think that football is for the whole world, and I've said that everywhere I've gone. And that's what I stand by. And it's not just on sort of the executive committee and so on, but even in terms of the administration itself, the staff. I also want to have regional offices for FIFA, because nobody knows what's better for a region or for a country than the people on the ground. I come from a national association. I come from a developing nation. And I also believe that it's time that, yes, somebody from outside of certain parts of the world can run for this job and prove that we are capable of doing things in a great way.
You met, Wafu B, here in Accra. Do you think that you've sold your ideology and your personality to them, and you are guaranteed votes from Africa?
Well, I'm looking obviously for votes from all over the world. I'm for the unity of football, but Africa is key in terms of its development, in terms of its potential as well. So I've had a good talk with colleagues. Again, I come from a national association, so I think that I have the same understanding of what needs to be done. But also, and more importantly, I'm not somebody who comes and dictates. I'm here also to listen and learn. It's their organization, FIFA. It's not FIFA that owns football. It's football that owns FIFA, and therefore that's the mentality that we have to have going forward.
It's a pleasure doing this with you here on ETV Ghana. I hope we'll see you, as FIFA president in February 18th. Congratulations to you and all the best to you in your elections.
Thank you so much.